Right, buddy. First things first. Cuppa. As everybody knows me, I basically have an accident every now and again, and I trip and fall and buy some stuff on eBay. This time I was just looking at it and stumbled and tripped over one of those disposable smoke machines, and when I picked my phone up I realised that I brought 7 radios, all not working. So, deal with what I deal. See if we can fix the bloody things. So, move that before I knock it over. That's what we ended up with. So, faulty power issues apparently. Ooh. That's nice. I think somebody's been chewing on that. And that's all what's in the box. So that's the first one of 2. And I picked these because I'm actually quite interested in them. And I've got plans for doing something else to them, but I don't know whether that's it. But apart from that, there's no lining or anything with the second one. So, we've basically got 2 radios and 1 chewed up remote. Both exactly the same with these 2, so hopefully I can get one and a wonky foot. Right, so we'll do the simple thing to start off with. Let me just explain myself. I basically got a 24 volt power pack which supplies my various power output, which is controlled through my tablet. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So we need 6 volt, 2 amps, centre positive. So we shall go into the negative, into that one. Let's have a look to see if we've got an adapter. That one. That's that one. I've not actually checked any of these at all. I've literally pulled them out in the box, threw them on the bed, and basically give them a wiggle. Let's move this one out of the way for a minute. Right. So, where's me dibba dabba? So we want this to work to start off with. So let's unplug that for a second. Let them go over to there. Six volts, and we want 1, 2 amps. Give it 2 amps. and you decide that you want to go back to that. So oh, come on. Two amps. So what I'm going to do is just see, pull that across to there, pull that across to there, and it is pulling 6 amps, 2 amps at 6 volts. So now we know we've got that. The reason why I do that is because sometimes when you plug things in on a power supply like this, it can spike and it can cause problems and make things go pop. So to save that, it could spike up to anything up to 12, 13 volts at some point. So basically arc it out so you get rid of the spike, and then it runs at a smooth setting. So to make sure that this power lead's actually working. So we've got centre positive, outside negative, and we've got 5.96. So there's a little drop in one of my connections somewhere, which, with it being a new setup, it's still ironing things out, but that should happily be doing that. That should happily work at that still. Right. So, oh, I'm sure I just saw something flash there. Ooh. The screen's flashing. That's interesting. Right. Oh. Right. So we've got a flashing screen on that one. So we've got something that's deciding to happen. And what have we got in this one? So we've got nothing again. Oh, we've got one that lights up. Yeah. These could be quite simple fixes, to be honest. I'll let you know that I actually only paid £19, I think it was. Well, £19.99, including plus the postage. So I'm assuming they're going to be straight in with the Phillips. So the whole bundle cost me £26. So even if I don't fix all of them, I'm not really going to be crying about it. What I basically want to do is try and see which ones can fix and refurbish them. And with one of these I've got a little project that I might do. I haven't actually got any adapters with these two, and I haven't checked any of the other boxes yet, so I'm gonna be basically trying to get these working, and then Sod's Law says I'll find the power adapters. But if not, I've got to get power adapters. So out you go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move you. Your turn in a minute. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ooh. And we have a aerial wire. And this looks like it's going to be quite a nice sounding radio if I can get it working. I've just found the problem straight away with the wiggly bit. If you look at this big piece here, you can actually see it's not actually attached to the board anymore. I'm assuming it's either been knocked or something, or it's been moved, but you can actually move that all over the place. So on goes the soldering iron. See if we can do this in one fell swoop, and if this is actually the only problem that's with it, that's really good. I can't see anywhere it looks like it's been tampered with or anything that's been played with, so I'm assuming they've returned this and gone, I'll have a new one please. So, but from what I can gather, these are actually quite nice little units because they're actually fully loaded. You've got auxiliary in, Bluetooth, a CD player, and a DAB radio and FM radio, all in one little unit. So let's give this a little bit of a dab. This is Flux, which I'm trying for the first time. It was an Amazon purchase. We'll see what how it actually does. So I am using lead-free solder. I'm just going to see if I can actually. Oh, the actual trace has actually come off completely. I'm actually lifting that from around. So I may need to scratch that up slightly so I can reveal the copper. I think I'm going to do that. So the actual pad where it's actually done to around here is actually lifted off the board completely. So where this actual solder mask is actually on here, I'm going to try and scratch the top so it's got a bigger bed for it to actually attach to. Hopefully making it all one again. So if you can see this underneath the actual like solder mask what's on there, it's basically like a layer of resin which covers up the unused part of the tracks. So what I've basically done there is I've just scratched that away from the surface to reveal the copper. So I'll give it a dab with the flux pen again. And hopefully we can get some solder on that now. It's not a very nice copper, isn't it? I'm actually hoping that would actually take into that. With the board being back on there, I should be able to just add that. Well, we have power, and without wiggle anymore, as you can see I'm wiggling it, we're not losing power. So I want to be on the safe side of this. I'm just going to reflow the other points to make sure that, ooh, that popped. Alright. I think I'm going to drop a little bit of wire into there, because the whole track around the actual pin seems to have lifted, and it doesn't want to take any more solder around there because it doesn't want to bridge the gap for some reason. Let's have one more go. If not, we'll add a little bit of wire into there just to support it. Yeah. I don't actually know where that solder's disappearing to. Right. So, I need some wire. So let's have a rummage in the undercarriage. With wires, we go. Right, that goes flying off in the wrong direction. So, a little bit of thick-stranded wire. What I'm going to do is just add. I'm going to add a little bit of solder to this. some heat. I don't know where that went. Take that as a lesson learned. Don't be an idiot with tools. Need it a little bit smaller. Like I say, don't be an idiot with tools. Let's try that again. Go. We shall get the little knife for the little wire. And let's try again. Holding it. Do not escape. The only reason why I'm doing this is because at the moment it's locked into the board, but I'm not happy that it's not actually soldered to this side of the board as such. And just adding this to the top and making that connection a bit stronger. One, it's going to lock it to the top of the board. Not that it's very tight at the moment. I just want it to be as strong as possible over that side. I've got the strands that are hanging over the side. That isn't working very well at all. See, when I said it was a fool with tools, I wasn't kidding. And practicing, because electronics repairs and things like that I used to do as a kid. As well as being a tight arse kit, it was basically if I broke it, I had to fix it. And it just seems, at the moment, in today's world, society, whatever you want to call it, is a throwaway system. And it's just seems to be a case of throw away and just replace. Which, if you imagine all the waste that goes through and things like that, it's like I've got a lot of issues about people buying electric cars at the moment, because the technology isn't there to recycle it. Hence why I'm pretty much against told you. Well, I'm pretty much against like the disposable smoke machines that people are having and using and discarding so easily. I'm not 100% true on 100% because I haven't verified it, but somewhere along the lines it takes around 35 to 40 years for a lithium battery to become carbon neutral. Which I find strange to say, that you've got lots of people buying the electric cars at the moment, and you've got people like Tesla building these cars, finding that they can't even last more than 3 years on a single battery pack. So there's still a lot of arguments. That's better. That's better. A bit more solder and I'll be happy. Nice big solid blob on there which is going to anchor that. I am quite happy with that. Just make sure that nothing's touching. No, it's basically ripped all the board, that's why I couldn't actually get onto it. Not very nice. But we have a connection now. Right. It's obviously got a signal because it's just gone straight to the right time. Right, I'm wondering if the other one is exactly the same problem. So, at the moment, I'm not going to put the screws back in that yet. I'm going to have a look at the other one and see what this one says. So, number 2. yeah, the basic idea is that I've actually got, as people know me, I've been collecting the disposable smoke machines that people keep on sucking on, and I've been collecting the batteries. And as I say, lithium batteries aren't disposable as such. I know of 3 suspected fires that have been caused by them so far at different scrapyards and recycling plants where they've been left in and they've gone through a crusher and the batteries exploded. Because even if they're discharged, they still have certain amounts of power. And as a few people know who know me, also know that I suffered the wrath of a few of the 18650 batteries a while back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we're all out. Have we got a shorter one? Yep, the shorter one goes in the middle. No, they're not. They're all the same size. Ignore what I'm saying. I could say I'm full. Right, well, we've still got one in there. Somewhere. There we go. Yes, there's still one in there. Ah. Well, I'm getting the feeling somebody's been in this one because this one was different. Because that aerial was under that ribbon, while the other one was actually on top of that ribbon. And we've got a bit. Get back in there. I have to check that one when it goes back on. I'm not going to get into this because at the moment it just seems like we have the same problem. Yep, same problem again. So this bit here has actually broken off the board. Tempted to actually show you. Time for sucky time. Right. So I don't know whether you can see that properly or not. I will try and zoom in on it after when I edit this. That's actually the copper board that is supposed to be around this bit. So, which is supposed to be around here. And with it seems to be a common thing with these that the actual socket gets bumped and banged and it's basically broken the whole copper from around there. So I'm going to do the same as what I did last time and see if I can reinforce it with some wire, and then after that I'm going to see how we can actually improve that so it don't happen again. And if it looks like I'm struggling at the moment, it's because I am. This is basically the new setup. If you watched any of my old videos, you will notice that I used to be in a room separate to the rest of the house, and unfortunately I've now moved. But there is a bigger plan for the future, which hopefully, if anybody's actually interested in, we'll be transitioning from this into the future with a slightly bigger build. And that'll be coming along. Okay. That's in there, solid again. Shall we plug it in? See, these would have been returned, and I'm looking at the labels on the side. So these would have been thrown back at places like Argos and told they're not working, I want a refund or something like that. So this one I've got to actually menu. See, these are working, but this one hasn't actually got a time. So is that because there is no signal at the moment? Signal. I suppose there's one way to find out, and that's put it back together and try it. The only thing that what my plan is, like I was saying, I've been collecting the disposable smoke machines that people suck on, and I've been recycling the batteries. And I think this would be an ideal purpose, because this one doesn't actually run on batteries, but I may be able to adapt it to run on batteries. Now I was hoping there was going to be some more room in there, but there's not. So my possible plan on it is basically to custom make a battery pack that will fit onto there. Right, I just want to make sure that that looks like it's all good and in there solid. Right. Oh, I can actually see what's actually up with this now, with it only being into a section. The actual whole thing moves around. I'm going to do the silly thing and make sure. I'm just going to reflow that one as well. And that one. Did it? Well, it's got one choice, or two choices, or multiple choice, or yet to decide. But I think. Come on. Come on. How'd you come? Come on. Yeah, you want to leave home? Soak down. Squishy, 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 squishy. Right, so this is activator. I've had it for ages. It's when I was helping my friend fit PVC windows. And it's what we use to fix the trims onto the side of foam and other bits that your windows come out, get fitted with. And yes, some of your windows are stuck together with super glue. Stuck. I like it when it sticks. I'm hoping that's going to give it enough support to actually take a little bit of a more of a knock. Normally in that kind of case I'd get a blob of hot glue and actually blob it down there. Let's put the aerial away. Yeah, I'd normally put a blob of hot glue down the side to see if it'd actually stiffen it up slightly, because we all like a nice stiff one now and again. So that's now, well, so far we've got we have sound. There isn't actually any. Oh, we can't use a CD. Shut up a minute. So we can actually use a CD player to actually tune the radio. Which I don't know whether it's because of my room or not, but we got something there? No. Could be the fact that the room that I'm in is really crap signal of any kind. Right, I'm going to say, with it only having power issues, I am going to put the screws back in. I'm going to give it a little bit of a clean, and then I'm going to get a power supply and try both of these and make sure that they work all properly, and then we can try and do the rest of the project. But it just amazes me that things like this are just throwaway items now for the sake of what, 30p, if that. So this is the start of the series that I want to carry on doing. So if you've got stuff that is in your loft gathering dust, heading towards the tip, it doesn't matter whether it's a vacuum cleaner or whether it's old camera or anything, I want to learn more as I go along. I'm not an expert. I know some things about electronics. It's basically going to be a tool of finding out new things and experiencing different things. And if it helps somebody along the way that's got a broken one of these, that's out of warranty or anything like that, it means that they can get on get a screwdriver out and fix it instead of binning it. And now I've lost how many screws I've put in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so that's that one kind of fixed. Not tested, but I'm willing to risk it. And this one I need to do for the socket, the same as what I did the other one. Yeah, they weren't designed to last, I don't think. So, give it a bit on there. Give it a wiggle to get it go down, a little bit more. Right, put that on there because I'm an absolute sod for leaving lids off and then coming back to use them and finding that the yes. Stuck. Ew. What are you doing hanging up there? You're supposed to be under. Not supposed to be dancing around. I think that one was solder shy at the manufacturer's. Stuck. Right. Stuck. Right. Here we go. Back in. Here we go. Right, you're going in your hole. That's because there's a screw in there already. I'm a bit too big to go in there. Yeah, I'm kind of... a bit odd screws on these. Look. And we're lighting up bush. It must be the signal in my room, because when I plugged this one in before, it jumped to the correct time in no time. Wonky. Well, we have 1 foot there. That's been sat in the kitchen somewhere with greasy because it's not nice. We're going 3 feet on my way. Another wonky one. Both wonky. Right. I think that will be sorted later. Does this actually say its own time? No. Right, so I'm going with the signal on mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a bit of a clean, and I will come back to you when I can demonstrate them, because I haven't got any royalty free music, and if I put a normal CD in there, YouTube's going to go eh. So I'm going to make a CD so I can try these, and then I will be back to see if they're actually fixed and working as they should. I don't know whether to attempt to have a look at this or not, but I've only got one remote. I'm particularly not bothered about a remote, but I'm assuming whoever has the other one may want the remote. So it's got to see our 2025 in. I might be able to recycle that slightly. Saying that, I might need to get a remote for these actually. So I'm just looking at the button what says pair. Now that might be a problem, it might not be. So, right, best thing to do is see if it actually works. So, can I see anything in the camera? No. That one hasn't got camera. Right, we'll see if it blinks me a little tester. Now this is not what everybody's going to have, but this is actually a component tester, and it's basically got a port in it. When it goes off, come on, go to the test section. But you will see this come up in a few other videos. If I get broken components and things like that, I can actually plug them into this and actually test it on the actual board, and it will tell you what it was actually a infrared receiver in there. It tells you whether it's actually sending anything out, like that. So if you can see on the corner there's a little red dot that whenever I press the button it flashes up. Now apparently with certain remote controls it will actually give you a sine wave and signal. but this one is not giving anything out. So let's have a look, see if we've got a catastrophe happening. Yes, that's me in general. CR 2025. So see if we can get this to do something. So it is positive up. Positive up. Look for the red dot. Oh, we have a blue dot on this one. And it's actually decoding it. Which is the first remote that I've actually seen decode on this one. So if you look at these, every time I press one, it actually gives you the data signal on each one. Now, this is the first time that I've actually seen this happen, because both the remote controls what I have don't actually work. But if I press the power one, so that's the signal that it's actually sent, which is 45BA according to that. And if I press volume down, it changes the code. So going between here and the actual device actually changes, but meaning that is that I can get a universal remote control and actually program this up. Then whoever wants the other one, I've already got remote control for it. Or I can, that looks pretty much a generic remote, so I could actually scan the front of this, produce a sticker like these are, and actually heat lay it over the top of a remote that I've got for a set of LED lights, which is pretty much the same control. If that reads with the same control numbers that comes up on this machine, okay, press that one. Right, and I know those remotes are about £1.20 off eBay for the LED lights, so it just means that I won't put the bush on it. Personalisation time. So that's actually working as well, so I can try that. I will. I have actually got a workstation here, solder rework. Do I clean that back first? No, let's give it a wake up. See if we can get a bit of heat into that and see if we can get it to press back down. Doesn't look as if it's actually been used because it's still actually got its protective film on. Ooh. Here we go. Go back down to where you came from. I think with a little bit of TLC on there, that yeah, I think that's gone back okay. Maybe a little bit of go around it and then test it. But so far so good. If I find any other faults, we'll crack them open again. But for now, I will be back shortly. So, quick clean up and get it all nice and shiny. So, get some power and we come up with the clock. Get the standby.
Yeah, because if it portrayed him as a buffoon at the time, people were losing
normal
lives.
FM radio on to Bluetooth, which I've paired. Happily playing. There's no pairing code or anything either. And auxiliary jack at the back. Playing as well, happily. So we've just got the CD. And we've got the controls on the top for the CD. Quite nice little units, to be honest. So actually, doesn't like being tilted. Yeah, they don't like being tilted about while they've got a CD player and CD in them. And it's also got built-in toast rack. And I like tasty. So, but that's the first one, and I'm happy with that. That is fixed. And the second one, I'm not going to bore you because it's exactly the same. It works absolutely perfect. There's no actual problems with these at all apart from the weak socket at the back. And I've basically glued that, and that's the first mark that I found on that. So, from that one, I've ended up with two nice little stereos. One of which, if you check out and join the Facebook group on the Trans Cave, I'll be giving one of these away. And the other one I'm going to be putting to use on the desk for testing other equipment. We're using the auxiliary ports and the other things. So you'll see this one and a few other videos possibly. But apart from that, I'm happy with this one. So, from me, catch you all again And next time I've got another 5 radios to fix, and then I might trip and fall and buy some other stuff. But catch you all again soon. Bye bye.